Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut. Thank you, Serenity Forge, for the code. Let's go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Feel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in. and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Let me out of here.
What's done is done, and there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just going to stay here forever, right?
Hell no. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Anything to get out of here.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
The Spectre?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Proceed.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. She won't be a problem.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odour of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
And in we go.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Let's drop a save. Let's slay the princess.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
You're adorable when you're confused. But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
Alright. Now we're gonna do that save. Fine, if I can't hurt you, then there really isn't anything for me to do here. I guess I'll get going.
This isn't a solution. Nobody wins here.
You're...
Oh, she's upset, isn't she?
You're abandoning me here?
It would seem so, yes.
After everything you've done to me, you've chosen to do more?
The princess starts to float erratically from side to side, her cold exterior melting away.
But if you just leave me, then I'm really just going to be stuck here forever. Then there's nothing we can do. It's just going to go on and on and on and on, lonely and sad and hurting and empty. No, not that!
She's about to try something. Get ready. The princess passes through you, a chill rippling along your skin, a disappointed sigh echoing in your ears. You turn and face her as she hovers between you and the stairs. Spectral tears streak down her cheeks as she places a translucent hand on your chest. It feels cold, but otherwise like nothing at all. Are we doing the right thing? Why do I feel so sad? Don't let her get to you. It doesn't matter. Somehow, soon, this too will be over, and we'll move on to something new. I feel like you all keep forgetting that. Her dark-rimmed eyes fall to the floor as she speaks.
I never wanted to have to hurt anybody. It's not who I wanted to be.
The tears on her cheeks vanish. She lifts her head, sorrow replaced with wrath, staring into you with fiery anger.
And I guess you've turned me into something worse.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then... Yeah? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? Something should have happened. And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Stare at her in silence.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
Play the princess?
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little, too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly. Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die.
Alright, we are not actually going to the raid, if you couldn't tell by my saving before I made that choice. What do you want from me?
I want you to make things right. I want you to set me free. This place won't let me leave, but you seem to come and go as you please. So help me out. Let me in. And maybe all of this can be water under the bridge. Remember, you owe me.
Maybe we should have just left her here. Maybe we should still just leave her here. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? Hasn't gotten out and can't get out are two very different things. It'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice. Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Alright, let her possess you.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm...
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
I'm... a voice? I'm me, is what I am. Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there, like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Slay the princess.
Isn't that an interesting idea? I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to do that? Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made. All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
What do you think you're doing?
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it. You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart. The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
No!
Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
Who do you think you are, trying to take me out with you? Well, I'll show you. I can do worse than that little knife. It's not you taking me out. It's me taking you out. I'll tear this body to shreds.
Wouldn't that be interesting? I'd like to see you try. But I think this is the end for all of us.
I said I'm leaving, you cold little freak.
You feel violent terror, like the shape that you thought was you was never really a single shape to begin with. Something in the space you occupy has decided to leave and has brought you with it. You've been stripped away from yourself, or stripped away from something that used to be you, or stripped away from something that used to be important. At the very least, you've been stripped away from something It always hurts to forget at first, but then you forget the pain.
Do you think we're done, you self-destructive murderer?
The words come from both inside and outside of your head. Before you on the ground is a writhing mass of flesh and scales and feathers. That me? Is that what I looked like?
Oh, you're here. Great. Maybe you'll finally get to feel what it's like to be me. And yeah, that's you, or what's left of you. What an ugly sight. I'm willing to pretend that you didn't just stab yourself to spite me, but don't think I've forgotten a thing. This is an alliance of convenience.
Gurgling liquid bubbles up from the open pockets into the disintegrating mass in front of you. It is trying to speak, but it no longer has the tissue that speech requires.
Wait, maybe this still counts as leaving together. Come on, let's get the hell out of here.
You leave the cabin, the world let's go.
I don't need your permission.
You hurtle towards the cabin stairs, but time seems to slow down the closer you get. In a moment, you're halfway there, and in 2 moments, you're halfway there again. Having the distance until the stairs upstairs feels almost within reach.
Come on, we're so close.
You're seated in a room that is empty. A chain digs into your wrist, binding one arm to the wall. It's quiet, and you are alone. This is what you deserve. 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 What you deserve.
Well, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Well, that's something. I guess we're really stuck together then.
You're not mad at me, are you?
Like I said, we have an alliance of convenience right now. I wouldn't poke too hard at the edges of that.
Sorry I stabbed us.
Well, I guess you're paying the price for it, aren't you? Let's just call it even for now.
You're different. Your whole mood is different.
Poking at the edges when I specifically told you not to? We're both stuck here, and everything started over. How about we both just try and make the best of it, okay? Besides, there's something about you being in here with me that just feels right. It's hard to stay mad at you like this.
Let go just like she has. Wait. Time passes. You're still here.
Huh. Did the rest of you get lost?
Now that I think about it, both times I've been here, nothing happened until I saw a title card. We haven't seen a title card yet.
A title card? What on earth are you talking about?
First one I got to Chapter 1, Hero and the Princess, and then after we both died, I got Chapter 2, The Spectre.
Some hero you turned out to be.
Haha, get your laughs out.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at...
The futility of our lives?
Yes. This whole setup is funny, really. But really, it's like our lives are some cruel little play for someone else's entertainment. I'm sorry, okay? Chapter 3. The Princess and the Dragon.
Cast yourself as the main character, I see. Very humble.
You're one to talk, hero.
The click of a latch and creaking hinges muffled. Something is here. Your gaze turns to your hand, solid, then translucent, then solid again.
Huh. I don't think you know what we are. It's like we're one and then the other. Make up your mind already, body, will you?
A thump on the floorboards above, and then another. The scraping of metal against the surface. The flickering in your body stops. You are solid.
So, you took the knife. Of course you did.
Creaking hinges once again, but this time clear. Closer. Hey, listen to me. I'm stuck in the princess, but we're saying nothing. Silence.
I guess that body takes after you, even when you're not in it.
Movement on the stairs.
You're always so loud on the way down.
And then a figure emerges, shrouded in a feathered darkness, the world trailing behind it, its shining blade gleaming against the wooden walls. Stares at you with wild, hollow eyes. Listen to me, I'm stuck in the princess's head. You've got to get me out of here. You say nothing.
I'm the one in control here. You don't get to put words in my mouth, especially not words like those. We're stuck together. You'd better get used to that idea. But maybe tipping our hand a bit isn't such a bad idea. You're missing something important, aren't you?
Head on the figure cocks to the side. Is it inquisitive? Suspicious? Hostile? Its emotions are unreadable.
I know, because I have it right here.
A silence holds. Why am I being so quiet? It's because I'm not there.
You're always this quiet. Hey, I'm talking to you. It's rude to have a conversation in front of other people without letting them in on it.
Oh, you would like to hear what we're thinking, wouldn't you?
He raises the blade above his head, dangling it by the handle in front of his eyes.
But I think we hold the power right now. But she knows about the Decider being gone. That would be a weird bluff to come up with if it weren't true. Look, I love that you're trying to contribute, but I think we need to take a little sidebar. But I don't want to do... I'm so sorry. This will just be a moment.
Silence as the mind in front of you falls back into itself.
Unbelievable.
Think you have to make them listen. Try being assertive.
Believe me, I can be assertive. Hey, I'm talking to you?
My apologies. They're really being quite dull in here.
More silence.
I think they want to kill you. At least the new one does. He's very, very passionate about it.
Well, he can try if he wants, but I'm not so sure you all have it in you. Not without your missing piece.
Ah, but that just makes it two birds with one stone, doesn't it? How tempting. From what I remember, it's pretty easy to kill you the first time around. And this time you're back to being very... what's the word? Fleshy? Yes, exactly. That's precisely the word I was looking for. You're fleshy now. No more of that incorporeality. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it would be easy.
Bring it then. But you caught me off guard the first time. It's not going to happen again.
Well, what can I say? I'd back off if I wasn't already overcommitted, so I guess I'll just have to pretend that you're bluffing. Which you maybe, probably are.
Having second thoughts?
Shut up.
You feel yourself shrink and then grow, vacillating between small and large, weak and powerful, as the thing in front of you attacks, blade raised and wings spreading, vacillating. I can read.
Before anything happens, I just wanted to let you all know that we are not all on board with this. Now, we voted. It was not a majority decision. But we did have a plurality. He shouldn't count. Says who? Says me. He's not one of us. He's been here since the beginning. The old chum really deserves to say. Besides, you'll all thank us when this is finally over and we are officially on top. But enough chatter.
Oh, so you finally decided to do something, have you?
Silence for just a moment as cold eyes regard you. Then silence still as soft eyes hesitate. But the hesitation doesn't last, and you feel the sharp sting of cold metal sliding deep into your chest, but you can feel something else too. Rage flowing from your heart and balling up in closed fists. You throw them at the thing's face, and
You can feel bone crack as her fist collides with your jaw, and then a thud as you tumble across the room.
You are such a disappointment.
I'd like to see you do better. The princess rips the blade from her chest and, fury in her eyes, cuts herself loose from her bindings.
I'm back in here, but you should do it. Kill me, end this, and save yourself.
Oh, you're different. You're back, just as I intended. I was never cut out for leadership, really. The princess's hand trembles as she charges at you, but charge she does. I'm not sure kill me counts as good leadership. It's certainly decisive. I just love that about this guy. Much better than the choices I would make.
Oh, wow. You actually managed to say something I agreed with.
As she closes the distance, she raises the blade to strike and kills us. Lets it fall to her side. She doesn't make eye contact as she speaks.
I almost killed you there.
And then she looks up at you with fierceness in her gaze.
This had better not be a trick. And you're not getting this back.
She turns her back on you and hurls the blade through the basement window, never to be seen again. No, 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 no! You need the blade to deal with her.
Then I guess we won't be doing your dirty work.
Yeah.
You have no idea how good it felt to get rid of that thing.
Now what?
We leave, obviously. There's nothing left for either of us here.
The princess reaches forward and clasps a remaining hand in yours. Ugh. Yeah? And what does it feel like? Is it nice? Why do you want to know? You can tell a lot of things about someone from their handshake. I want to know more about the person we decided unanimously to throw our lot in with. Ugh, whatever. It's rough, but still tender. And the hand of someone who's suffered, but hasn't forgotten what it's like to have a heart. That'll do.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Hand in hand, you and the princess leave the basement together. Welcome back, by the way.
Yes, we all missed you so very much.
I missed you the most. You weren't even here until he was gone. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you step through that door, you're damning every single person alive. You do realise that, yes? Who cares?
In case you hadn't noticed, I lost a hand down there. Would you mind?
Step into your freedom.
You twist the doorknob in your hand and step forward into the world you've damned. You and the princess fall to the ground, exhausted. I hope this all comes back to bite you, do you hear? I hope you're forced to feel the weight of all the regret there's ever been.
He doesn't finish his thought before disappearing entirely, and you find yourself free of any other regrets he wished upon you.
Finally. This is nice. This is so nice. But it's also cold.
Your peace does not last, nor can it ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If they think it's bad, I'm with them. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but see what's in it. You are nothing at all. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Well, I don't have anything to say. You don't need answers from the thing that lives in the mirror. You already know what you are. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Play the princess.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save you, then so be it.
What once was one, then was two, and then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down, and then you struck another match. I pulled you from the ruins, and then we built a life. What once was one, then was one again. The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us. It took you from me, but you took me with you, and together we both left. What once was one, then was two, and also one again. You and I are bound together. To rid yourself of me would be to leave yourself forever incomplete.
Just because we're bound together doesn't mean I can't be whole without you.
Could you bear the risk of seeking that truth? What if you're wrong? My mass is mobbing you. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end.
And there is no
There is only the flood of
There
bodies.
is only the
In
flood
every
of
moment
bodies.
you hold every possible
Every
sensation at
moment
once,
you
and
hold
then you
every
hold them all
possible
again.
sensation at once, and then you hold them all again.
But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Press directly. Oh, yes. Oh, that's a save menu. Return. I saw every version of us across every rally, and not every rally had you drawing breath. But even then, I went on. The world doesn't need you. To be everything at once is the same as being nothing at all. Why would either of us want that? To contain everything is to contain every evil alongside every good. Can we not shed the confines of our old selves and create? I don't understand. I don't understand you back then. I think I can understand now. You seem in pain. I'm sorry for what I did to you. It was the only thing I could do. Can we not shed the confines of our old selves and create?
Without the contrast of pain, pleasure is muted, made dull by the assurance that it will always be. A song that is only sweet is a pale horizon that never falls.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move and yet we both don't, for each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. You let me move and I slam the door. But that is not the end. And both of us must face our partner once again. The barbs twist deeper, but they do not have to. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Address directly. If there are no endings, there are no limits. If there are no limits, then there is no difference between growth and decay. Already come so far, what more is left to see? There are no limits, and there is no difference between growth and decay.
Meaning lies in experience, and experience lies in contrast. Abandoning one's search is not the same as losing the capacity to discover. I am contrast itself. To reject me is to reject the shape of everything. Do not use words to reduce that which your eyes know to be irreducible.
A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
Dress directly. Never wanting to hold the world still. It needs you.
Then you're starting to wake up. Leave with me when the time comes, and we can dance forever.
I crush you, I bleed you, I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run, but you don't run far. I crush you because I have to. Because there is no honesty and mercy. You lost and you won when you entered my cave. You died on the floor. But my soul wept in ways your body couldn't. But in the disappointment of my victory, you gave me a new challenge to face within myself. Without obstacles to overcome, we stagnate into nothing.
Address directly. Refuse to fight you because I rejected what you desired. Obstacles don't need to take the form of bloody fists.
A rejection of conflict is still conflict. There is no such thing as non-engagement. To refuse a choice is still to make a decision. All conflict is violence, but to remove conflict itself is to remove the textures that define us.
As a clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Are you still committed to my destruction, or has your resolve started to waver?
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. You cannot remove something without removing the relations which define it. To destroy what you perceive as evil is to damn everything you perceive as good. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist.
Well, then try to destroy me if you can. But I will not yield easily to your delusion.
You don't have to face her alone.
Say nothing.
You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I can do this out here on my own.
You can't, and lucky for you, I'm not going to let you try. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Enter the basement.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
We both know why you're here. You don't have to draw it out for my sake.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. That sight brings me back. You're going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Play the princess.
So this is it then. Let's see this through.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink, and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroy the part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
Leave the cabin. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of your cage pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And And in the shattering, you are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality, a new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination. Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him? The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah? Yeah. We can do that.
Thank you so much for playing. Alright. Moment of truth. Did I actually save? Okay. So we got that bit of Spectre. And the same picture basically, isn't it? Well, whatever. We got there. We got one half of what we need to do with the Princess and the Dragon. We need to go back and do it one more thing with Gentle with it though. But that will be another time because thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, click that little bell for those notifications. Also be sure to check out the description below, various links, social media, Discord, come hang out, get notifications there as well. And yeah, thank you Serenity Forge for the code, and thank you again for watching. Until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!